If you had told me that I would be interested in this at all just a few years ago, I would have said, you need to be medicated. Oh, God, we look so fat on camera. You need to start keto this week.
Yeah.
Welcome to our first episode of our couples podcast.
So, what do you want to talk about?
I was going to say that. I totally had the plan. I was in the bedroom and I'm like, I'm going to say, so what do you want to talk about? And then it was going to lead us into wrestling. But first I was going to introduce us. As of right now, because I'm an overthinker, so I change my mind a lot. The name of our podcast is Swamp, Comedy and Tragedy.
Swamp, Comedy,
and Tragedy.
Okay.
I didn't really go over this with him because, like, I'm going to name it, obviously.
Okay.
Okay, it all, Swamp Water, my saying of I am doing a solo podcast that's just called Swamp Water right now. But, my saying, don't be swamp water, it has meaning behind it.
Okay.
Don't be stagnant. Don't let your life go stale. Keep moving forward. Live, don't exist.
Okay, you're the boss.
Or don't just exist.
We fighting?
Okay.
Whatever you want to call it.
See, this is why he doesn't get to help, because he just says, well, whatever. We could just be the Leah Lee Show. I'm Leah, by the way. And who are you?
I'm Lee. You've known me your whole
This-
marriage.
It's for the people.
Okay.
Oh my God, I already just want to stop. You're so annoying. You're so annoying. Who knows what the name will stay or be? But we're Leah and Lee. Oh my God, it rhymed. It didn't even mean.
You're a poet and didn't know it.
I didn't even mean for it to rhyme. We've been together 7 years. We met on an online dating app, website, whichever, both. I think it was originally just a website, but it was POF, Plenty of Fish. Very respectable dating website, very respectable. Anyways, we can talk more about us later because we want to talk about one of our passions. And if you had told me that I would be interested in this at all just a few years ago, I would have said, you need to be medicated. That you were crazy.
Well, you married a redneck, so.
But for the last, I think it's been 2 years, I have become an avid fan of pro wrestling for the last 2 years. I don't know I do know how it happened. I just sat and watched it. I think that's why I was never a fan, because I just never sat and paid attention. I never watched The Rock or Triple H or Stone Cold. I didn't watch anything, not one match of theirs back in the day. I had seen short clips now on YouTube.
That's the thing with wrestling. You can try and explain it to somebody that doesn't watch it. And you could explain to them why you like it, what's fun about it, and they're just never going to get it. They're going to laugh at you or whatever. Some people will, some people won't. But either way, if you try and explain it to somebody that's not a fan, that doesn't enjoy it, they're just not going to get it. They got to see it. They got to experience it for themselves. They got to find something that they can cling to that makes them happy or makes them feel a certain kind of way or laugh or whatever it may be. That's the thing. That's what makes wrestling great.
Yeah. So, this past weekend was Wrestlemania 41. And I'm exhausted. I feel like I was in Vegas partying all weekend. But really, we were here in Florida just watching it on TV.
Yeah, you're exhausted because it stayed on so late.
Well, I know why I'm exhausted, because I'm old and we stayed up very, very late.
They do post coverage, interviews, all
right,
that kind
we
of stuff
watched
that
we could have went to bed earlier, but we watched the post show. Anywho, what did we think of this year's Wrestlemania?
What did we think? What did I think?
Well, we have
think different things.
We have different. Okay, let's start with you. Saturday.
It started off rough and then got good.
What was the first match? I forget on Saturday.
Gunther and
Gunther and Jey Uso. Oh, here's some differing opinions.
It was lame. You have Gunther that's supposed to be this unstoppable badass, and as soon as Jey wraps his arms around his neck, he taps out as fast as he can.
Okay, Okay. Wait. Do I think the ending did not fit Gunther's character? Yes. I don't think the ending fit Gunther's character because Gunther would not just tap out.
Yeah.
Gunther, you would have to actually make him unconscious.
Which is what
to
they should have
won
done.
with that move.
If they'd have had him pass out and lose that way,
that would
have been a badass, and that would have elevated Jey even more.
That would have made more sense.
Yeah, it would have made more sense
for
storyline.
Gunther is the ring general.
Yeah, and I mean the whole revenge thing for Jey, what hyped him up for the match was like what he did to his brother. So having him make him pass out would have been great revenge.
Honestly, I don't know who said yes. What's going to be great, what's going to be the perfect end is that Gunther's just going to tap out. He's just going to give up.
Yeah.
But Gunther, the ring general, that does not fit his character.
No.
Now, we also differ on our feelings of Jey. I enjoy my little Jey Uso. I enjoyed the kicks, and I enjoy Jey.
I like watching him come down to the ring.
I enjoy Jey and Jimmy. I like the Usos.
I like Jimmy. Like when he comes down to the ring and he's doing his whole yeet and all that, and everybody's in the crowd. It's fun as hell.
And the crowd loves him. That's another thing. The crowd loves the yeet.
Yeah, but
the yeeting.
He just after the yeeting is over, to me, he's just kind of mediocre. I
still find him entertaining.
I can't buy it. Maybe he should have gotten the Intercontinental title or something like that, but as far as the World Championship go, I just don't see him carrying it that well. He can't really even cut a promo. A lot of it's because he can't breathe by the time he gets to the ring because he's doing his yeet thing all the way down, which is awesome, but the best promo he's ever cut, or at least in recent time, was that one where he was talking about praying for forgiveness for what he's going to do to Gunther and all of that. That was good, but
I think also the way he cuts promos is part of his character. I'm just going to defend my Jey. I'm just going to defend him.
I like him. I don't like him enough to see him as a champion, like a world champ. I just don't.
Okay,
anyway,
so
moving on
from that match.
LA Knight, Jacob Fatu, that was fun.
Okay.
That was fun.
Look,
I like Jacob Fatu.
I like LA Knight. I love watching him. But Jacob Fatu is one of those people that just have it. He just has it, and even as a heel, we're all still gonna love him, and we still want to see him win matches.
He's doing backflips and cartwheels and moonsaults, and he's all over. It's amazing. A guy that size should not be able to move like that. And that whole thing that he does with his head. And
he's the werewolf.
Yeah, it's fun.
He's the Samoan werewolf.
Yeah.
He is so good. So, yeah, we were happy to see him win. And the match was good.
Yeah, it was a good match. Real good match. The tag team match between the War Raiders and the New Day.
The New Day cheated. They cheated.
They're hills.
They cheated. They cheated. I think the New Day as heels or faces, they're fine. I don't really they're kind of fun.
But you missed the original New Day. Like they were a lot of fun whenever they were kind of doing their whole New Day rocks.
And they've been very rude to Biggie.
They came out with a trombone, and it was a lot of fun back then. And what they're doing now is new for them, and they needed a character shift. So I like that. I think the other tag team match for the belt should have been in its place. the TLC match that they set up Friday night between Street Profits and Machine Gun,
Motor City Machine Gun.
That was a WrestleMania match that should have happened.
Yeah, that match should have been WrestleMania. I agree with that.
That match could have waited till Raw. Not a WrestleMania worthy match. I understand they got to pace and slow things down, and because it would exhaust everybody and the fans that are there if it was just boom, 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 match after match. But still, a TLC match between tag teams like Motor City.
Now you made me forget. Motor City Machine Gun.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
I think that's their name.
They're an amazing tag team. The Street Profits are amazing. Their skills are just, and Montez Ford flying through the air. That would have been a great match.
They need to keep pushing the Street Profits and Motor City.
Yeah,
they're both really good, and they have not. We just started really seeing them again.
Mm-hmm.
They have not been pushing them very much. Now, I want to touch on the War Raiders. This is why I have a special place in my heart for the War Raiders. They're big dudes, and the bigger dude can do a somersault, and I love every second of it.
Are you talking about Ivar?
You know what? I do not remember their names, individual names. I couldn't even tell you still what their individual names are. But the bigger dude.
Yeah, his cartwheels.
I mean, he does a perfect like his form at doing those cartwheels are perfection. Perfection.
Well, the Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton match.
Oh, Charlotte.
That was good.
I don't know. Charlotte just bugs me.
Like back in the heyday,
I did not see her
back a few years ago, not back in the heyday.
And I haven't seen her older matches. I only saw her 2 years ago. She was still there for like a minute, and then she got injured.
Yeah, I think you might have saw when she wrestled Rhea.
I think I saw a match with her and Becky, or her and Rhea.
It was her and Rhea. To me, the push that they put her in, I mean, I see why they boo her. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's great in the ring. She's, it's just the whole build to it was just kind of weird and awkward. And then the piss match that they got into with each other.
Yeah, the promos got odd.
It was fun and weird all at the same time.
It got people talking about them.
Yeah.
The weird, awkward
but
promos.
I am glad Tiffany won.
Tiffany is really good in the ring.
She's really good in the ring, and that only cemented her as a bigger star than she
And it looked like she sacrificed some teeth, but she later showed either they have a dentist on hand, which I don't know if they do, but they might. It'd be a good idea, obviously, or that just might have been blood in her teeth. I don't know, or just or veneer popped out and they just had to put another veneer or something. I don't know, but
either way, it was impressive.
Yeah, she's newer, but she's really good in the ring.
She's young. She's only 24, 25.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, and to be that good, that young.
What else about Saturday?
The main event was epic. The main event was great. He did the little grind there. It was a little weird.
I just love, though, how Paul Heyman, he turned on both CM Punk and Roman Reigns, but when he gave it to Roman Reigns, it was way more aggressive than when he gave it to CM Punk. I don't know what was behind that, but I have a still of it on my phone. I found the look on Paul Heyman's face and just his there. It was hilarious to me.
That should have been the main event. The main event of the whole WrestleMania. And we'll get to that, I'm sure, in a little bit. But by far, the best match of the night. Maybe the best match of the entire WrestleMania. It's a toss-up between it and Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and
that was
an Io Sky match.
Night 2 on Sunday started amazing.
That was a
with the
great
woman's three-way. There's three
triple
of them,
threat,
right?
not three-way. You're talking about a whole nother different genre of entertainment you're getting into.
It was still a three-way. Seth Rollins with the wise man now. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting how that plays out.
He doesn't need him because he cuts great promos, but the two of them together, it's going to be some fun promos.
I mean, Seth already amazing in the ring, one of the top cutting promo people. CM Punk is another who can cut.
Well, he's the best. You're not going to out promo CM Punk.
Okay, well, we can put him at number 1, CM Punk. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see how it plays out. It's going to be fun.
It was definitely the right call, too, because, I mean, had Roman won...
Well, it would have been the same old that we've seen
If
already.
CM Punk would have won, it would have been great, but, you know, because the whole WrestleMania headlining thing and all that, but...
I mean, it was great just to see, or, you know, especially I'm sure for him.
His hype video coming out was awesome. They used his old theme, the Fire Inside Me, whatever his theme's called, the old one. You never did see that. So before he started using the Cult of Personality,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He had like a real heavy metal theme, and he used that in that promo. It was not promo, but the video. It was a really good video, and he was wearing his old ring gear too from when he used that original. It was great.
In living color, actually being there.
That was cool.
That was the shit.
Yeah. Did we miss one? If we did, that was the problem with night one. Night one was mediocre until the last couple of
Some
matches.
people are saying night 1 was all around better than night 2
because of the main event. El Grande.
Gable, Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
And El Grande Americano. I'm just not. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I'm just not into the El Grande. Most likely Chad Gable under the mask, but I don't know. Maybe they're going to trick us and it's not going to be Chad Gable.
What I call him, El Grande Americable? Something like that.
I don't know. But Ray Phoenix, though, like
that shouldn't have been him in that match.
Okay, but he's amazing. Let's just...
No,
first of all... like
he's amazing, and that's why he shouldn't have been in that match.
He just showed up, though, to WWE, like, two weeks ago. But he's, along with his brother, who showed up a few months ago now, maybe? Penta?
It's been about 6 months, I think.
Penta and his brother... Ray Phoenix, I love them. Love them.
Yeah.
But...
and that's why he shouldn't have been in that match. It should have been Dragon Lee or somebody else from the LWO. That was just not a good match for a good WrestleMania debut match for Phoenix to be. I know they protected him by giving him he cheated to beat him with that metal thing in his head, but...
yeah, because El Grande Americano's thing is to cheat by what looks like a piece of metal, by putting a piece of metal in their mask.
It's one-way metal, though. It only works one direction. It doesn't. That's why he doesn't ever get hurt.
Huh.
Kind of dumb, isn't it? Like you put a block on your head and it doesn't hurt you at all, but it does hurt people you're hitting.
Like if you actually put something in your head and like a piece of metal on your head and then hit somebody with it.
Well, I mean, it's not going to hurt
really
you as much, but it's going to ring your bell. I mean...
yeah, I don't know the science on that, but I guess you're right. That makes sense. What do you think it really is? Do you think it's like a foam?
That's WWE physics.
Originally, it was supposed to be Rey Mysterio in WrestleMania against El Grande Americano. But I believe he legit got hurt the night before, which sucks. Because I wanted to see Rey Mysterio. Because they've been building this whole storyline with Rey Mysterio and El Grande Americano.
Anyway, the whole thing should have just been in WrestleMania. It really shouldn't have been. They should have, again, tag team TLC match. Would have taken that spot perfectly.
True. Okay, so on to night 2 of WrestleMania 41.
Started out with a banger of a match.
Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Io Sky are all damn near perfection in the ring. And that match started off the second night on a high note.
That match couldn't have gone any better. They all got their flowers in for a little bit when they did Rhea on top for a bit, then Bianca on top, then Io, and it went back and forth like that. Everybody had these big, huge moments. It was nice and balanced between all of them. Yeah, it was great. The finish was great. Everything about that match.
I was happy. Great. I was happy to see Io retain the title.
Yeah.
I still want to see, at some point, I want to see Rhea with a title. At some point.
She just had it. She lost it to Io.
Yeah, but
you want her to have it again?
She barely, it didn't, she had it for a minute.
No, she had it a long time before that, though.
Okay. All right.
She had it from WrestleMania the year prior till Liv broke her orbital bone and she took it away. So yeah, I mean, she needs to be into a different scene for a while, or maybe move her over to SmackDown and have her go after Tiffany.
Huh. Okay.
That would be fun.
That'd be interesting for sure. Next match was Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre.
The right man won. First of all,
did you like the match itself?
Oh yeah, it was good. It was fun.
I think they both put on a good match.
Yeah. So I'm a big Drew McIntyre guy. Always been a fan of his. Damian Priest, I just can't get behind. It's imitation Undertaker from Temu. When it comes to the just skills of wrestling, he's not that believable to me. It's so hokey with him, and I just can't get into him. They did the right thing keeping that match the way, because there wasn't a whole lot of wrestling in it. It was just beating the hell out of each other, which worked. The spot where Drew took the selfie to post on Twitter.
Oh, that was
awesome.
Hilarious. Drew McIntyre stops at some point. I don't know who that was. Gave him a camera. Oh, that was his actual brother?
That was his brother gave him his own phone, because he does that in his matches. He always stops and takes a selfie.
I've never, in the 2 years I've been watching, did not.
I mean, he didn't do it when he was wrestling Punk, but I mean,
did not do that. But Damian Priest was on the ground, and Drew McIntyre gets his phone handed to him, and he takes a selfie.
Posted on Twitter.
Actually posted it on social media.
Said he's bored at work. The end of that match was cool. You know, the double table slam.
Just that move that Damian Priest even tried to do last night. The one where he, I don't know what it's called, where he locks hands.
It's called old school.
Locks hands with the other person and then walks across the rope, but he seems to always have trouble balancing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
It's him. It's his.
It doesn't quite look right.
It's his Undertaker impression, and it's just not that good. And the Undertaker, he grabs them by the hand. I don't think he takes the time to hold their hand like they're a couple or something, but he grabs them by the hand, jumps up on the rope, walks over to the middle, and plows them down to the ground. It's seamless. It's seamless when Penta does something similar, and Ray Phoenix.
Yeah,
he does it. It looks like a toddler learning to walk.
Ray Phoenix and Penta, when they walk across the rope, it looks like they've been doing members of Cirque du Soleil their whole lives or something.
Yes. So for it to be going as bad as it was, because he was about to fall, and then for Drew to shove him through those tables, that was the highlight for me of that match. I thought that was great. And then whenever he gave him the Claymore through that chair that he had mounted in the corner, that was awesome. Yeah, I was just happy with the outcome of that match. But I'm a Drew McIntyre guy. Guy hasn't got a win in a while.
He doesn't
puts him
win.
Back on top.
Since I've been watching, he doesn't win many matches.
Mm-mm. But same in his losses, he hasn't really lost. He's lost the match, but I mean, he hasn't lost momentum. That kind of loss sometimes will kill a guy's momentum and knock him back down the card. He takes those losses well, so that's why they did him the way they did. But I'm glad he finally got a good win in a big stage like at WrestleMania, and hopefully it propels him back toward the main event scene.
Same for as far as not winning much since I've been watching the last couple years. Seth Rollins, which is another reason why I was glad to see him win.
That's a testament to their work ethic. I mean, they're two workhorse workers that are there all the time. I mean, he did take a couple weeks off whenever he got beat by Punk.
Drew McIntyre, yeah.
A month or so.
But he deserved it. His head got busted open.
Yeah, he was probably healing. He had the Intercontinental title match.
Oh, was that the Braun Breaker?
Braun Breaker, Pinto, Finn Balor.
Dominic Mysterio.
Dirty
Dominic. Dirty Dom. Pulled it out.
Which I think is hilarious.
I thought, you know what? I'm not mad.
I mean, I feel for Pin. See, I keep calling him Pin now. Finn instead of Pin Balor. I feel bad for him because the guy needs to. He's one of the best wrestlers in the business.
But WWE, if you ever hear this, push Finn Balor more. Finn, he is so freaking good in the ring. He's quick. He's just so fun to watch, and he's extremely talented, extremely athletic. Push him, please.
Because I mean, that's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. All these losses. He takes loss after loss after loss, and it's kind of hard to believe him at this point because of the way they've done him. He's deserving of a hell of a push because he's top 2 or 3 wrestler in the entire company.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate for him because he did get hurt when he first came to the main card. I don't remember off the top of my head the storyline about it, but they created a new belt called the Universal Championship. It was a big ugly red belt. That was the main belt for a while in WWE, and he was the first person to win it. Whoever had the belt prior to that, they had to vacate the title, and there was no champion, so he ended up winning it. And that was his first thing he did in the WWE. Same match, he got hurt, so they had to take it right back off of him, and then it's been downhill since then. The poor guy deserves better.
WWE needs to do right by Finn Balor.
Next match, it was Randy Orton against Joe Hendry, the surprise entry.
Who I'd never heard of, Joe Hendry. Who's he wrestle for?
He's TNA. He's their champion.
Now that was just fun because it was supposed to be Kevin Owens and Randy Orton having a match at WrestleMania. Unfortunately, Kevin Owens has to have neck surgery.
Gonna be out a while.
So I think they had to scramble about what to do. And so they just decided to make it fun. And it was fun. It actually, I laughed out loud pretty hard when Randy Orton turned around and did...
he did Joe Hendry's camera pose thing.
Yeah, where you just turn around and do this big smile camera pose. And then he sort of did his little pose with it. And it was fun. It was what it was supposed to be.
It was cool for Joe Hendry because he got a WrestleMania moment. And like Triple H said in the post-show, he's going to be back. Mm-hmm. What was after that? Oh, it was... was it the
tag team?
The tag team...
women's
thing, the surprise, Becky surprise.
Becky Lynch is back.
It was awesome. It was awesome watching her come back. To me, it wasn't a surprise. I saw it coming as soon as they took Bayley out. But
they did this whole work where Bayley got injured, but she wasn't really injured. It was just part of the story. And so Lyra
Valkyrie
needed a tag team partner against Liv and Raquel. And then here enters Becky Lynch. And I've been waiting for her return. I love Becky Lynch.
Since we have a, heel turn out of Seth Rollins, and then Bayley got hurt.
Are they going to try to say that my Becky Lynch attacked Bayley and she's going to be a heel?
Could be. You're going to have Heyman and Rollins. Why not throw her into the mix too? They could be like a power trip.
Bruh. And they gave Becky Lynch and Lyra the belts. They won them off Liv and Raquel.
You're going to be mad at me, but Liv and Raquel look good in their outfits matching like that. That was pretty cool, the way they had sort of coordinated red outfit. I don't know. I thought it was cool.
Why are we even talking about that?
Because in their normal matches, they just wear whatever. But they had coordinated. I thought it was kind of fun. I don't know.
Yeah, they look cute. Anywho, okay, what was after that?
The main event.
Was that it? Why is it? No, we didn't talk about Logan Paul and AJ Styles.
Yeah, I mean, that was fine. AJ Styles is getting a Raw deal right now too.
Logan Paul's athletic. He has a, interesting persona that he's created for himself. Yes, some people say, including my husband, say that he's been pushed too fast.
No, it's not that he's been pushed too. Like, my issue, okay, it's undeniable that he's amazing in that ring. And that backflip he did across the ring, he cleared the... I don't think I've ever seen anybody
pretty darn good in the ring.
All the way across the ring like that and still land it as perfectly as he did. So I'm not taking anything at all away from his skill set, his ability, or anything like that. That's not the case. The problem I have is, again, the TLC match. Why was it not in Mania? The Street Profits have been wrestling for years, busting their ass. Motor City Machine Guns, granted they haven't been in WWE very long, but they've been busting their asses for years. They've dedicated their entire careers to wrestling. You got all kinds of wrestlers that didn't make Wrestlemania that have been busting their asses for years. And he comes in, he's had 3 or 4 matches. I don't know how many, it's not been many though.
He's had more than that.
He's had a handful of them, and most of them have been at WrestleMania. So that's the problem I have with him. Like, he's great. He is absolutely phenomenal in the ring. But I don't like when celebrities come in and take away from wrestlers that have been doing this their entire lives, waiting for that WrestleMania moment, waiting for their time to shine under the spotlight. And in comes, a celebrity. Which I get why WWE does it, because they bring new faces to the new eyes on the product, but...
Well, what's really the difference when they've brought in, like, top athletes from other things, like
Ronda Rousey. I felt the same way about Ronda Rousey.
Like gold medalists from the Olympics. I mean,
that's a little bit different, though. That's a little bit different, because, like, Kurt Angle came in full time. He was there he never left except for when he got booted out of the company and all. He was always there, wrestled with a broken freaking neck a couple of times. Same thing with Chad Gable.
Okay, we got to wrap this up. So let's get into the main event, Sunday night. Go.
Sucked.
I don't know how to feel. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. Cody Rhodes and John Cena.
The match just sucked. It was just absolute trash. I mean, you could see like the frustration in Cody's face that he was having to go so slow and so like just he could see it on his face. He knew the match sucked. And I get that John Cena was trying to do the slow, methodical heel, not the standard John Cena with the 5 moves of doom and all of that stuff. But I mean, it was just the match. Okay.
Well, let's remember, if you paid attention to John Cena's promos, he said he was going to ruin wrestling. And what better way to ruin wrestling than to F up WrestleMania?
By doing a piss poor match?
I don't know, man.
Honest to God, had I gone, and especially if I,
had paid
as much as those people pay for those tickets, I would have been trying to get my money back. That was a horseshit, just bad match. It took everything they had to take Roman Reigns down last year. And it takes a belt to the head to take out Cody. And then you got Travis Scott, takes 45 minutes to come down to the ring.
Nothing personally against Travis Scott, but I don't think he belonged at WrestleMania last night.
Not as the distraction that he was.
And not taking 3 business days to walk down the thing.
Yeah. Finish the wrestling. I'll give it to Cody. He did the best he could to make that look good. But I mean, Cena has clearly lost a step. Stone Cold versus the woman in the front row was a better match than that was. It was. I'm sorry. That was way more entertaining. Like that, if they were going to do it that way, that should have been Saturday night's main event.
I don't know, man.
I had my hopes up too, because I mean, John Cena's entrance was awesome. Strip it down to just him walking out with the towel on his head, and that was cool. That was the heel thing to do. Take away all the fast run to the ring and the slide and the salute and all the stuff that he does. Just walk to the ring with your name written in black and white. That was perfect. Cody's motorcycle stunt show thing and all that was a lot of fun. I'm not a fan of the mask thing.
I like his mask.
To me, it's kind of hokey a little bit, but we got, the Cody Vader that lifted him up and all that stuff. That's all cool. But as a fan, I mean, it was cool seeing. I ain't got no beef with Cena winning the belt.
Yeah,
it just needed to be bet. Like the heel turn should have been at WrestleMania. If The Rock wasn't going to be there, then Extreme Rules should have just been good old Jim Varney looking John Cena and his goofy shit that he does, and then the heel turn at WrestleMania when he can't keep Cody down 4 or 5 FUs or whatever his move's called. So then he cheats. That would have been an epic finish. My God, that would have been the greatest finish in WrestleMania. Well, not the greatest, but one of them. Instead, we probably got the worst main event, one of the worst main events in WrestleMania history.
Yeah, I don't even have beef with, Cody losing the belt and John Cena getting his 17th and all that. It just, yeah, the story they were going with didn't really. It
was weird. The whole
The Rock not showing up didn't make sense, and maybe it was something that couldn't be helped, but
unless they knew for sure he was going to be there, they should have never done Extreme Rules. Well, done Extreme Rules, but the heel turn there. Honestly, I think that took away from Mania. If they would have waited and had it then, I think their ticket sales would have gone quicker. Everybody excited to see face Cena versus face Cody. And all of that kind of stuff, and then you would have had. I know it doesn't make sense to you because you're just now getting into wrestling, but you would have had the Hogan and Rock WrestleMania, where Hogan's the villain coming in, and the Rock is the face, but they both got switched up.
The YouTube video.
Yeah, so I mean, it wouldn't have been heel versus face, but I mean that's how it would have gone. It would have been part of the time cheering Cody, part of the time cheering Cena, back and forth, the oohs and the ahs and the rope-a-dope back and forth type of thing.
Oh yeah, well,
it would have been so much better.
Wait, I have to interject. Screw that crowd. I don't like people booing Cody Rhodes. That crowd was weird, and people had been chanting for Cody Rhodes all this time, even after Cena turned heel. But then for some reason, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, well, not Saturday because Cody wasn't out there on Saturday, but Friday on SmackDown and Sunday night, Cody Rhodes was getting booed, and I don't appreciate it.
That's wrestling.
I don't like it.
The crowd was strange. I mean, as much as I want to go to a WrestleMania and everything like that, I just feel like they need to start putting those in Europe. The crowds are so much better. So much better. If American crowds can't be better than that, it could be the Coliseum. I mean, maybe the sound wasn't projecting or something like that.
So, who knows? Tonight we get to watch Raw. Or tonight we're going to watch Raw. And John Cena said make sure to tune in because he's going to show us how he's going to ruin wrestling tonight. So we'll see what happens.
He's going to walk out, hold the belt up, and turn around and walk out.
Come on.
That's what he's going to do, I'm telling you.
That's going to be utter bullshit.
That's a heel move. I mean, look at the press conference. All he said, he did the
clickbait. Clickbait next. That's clickbait. That was kind of funny.
What was that football player that played for Seattle?
I don't know why you're asking me. I don't follow football.
The running back for Seattle. I can't remember his name for some reason right now, but he kept going to the press conferences for the Super Bowl, and every time they'd ask him a question, his answer was, "I'm only here so I don't get fined." They'd ask him another question, "I'm only here so I don't get fined." That was fun.
That was funny.
Yeah, which would have been great had the heel turn.
That was more entertaining than the match.
Yeah.
The match needed to be brutal.
The moment of the night, by the way, for me, was whenever the RKO out of nowhere, whenever Joe Hendry was smiling at the camera. My favorite thing that happened the whole night was that holy shit moment whenever Braun Breaker went flying across the tables.
That was cool. That
was a moment.
That was like a 15-foot run across 2 tables and
then the
flying. When he practically flew.
When he got Penta earlier on outside the ring too, whenever they were zoomed in on Penta, and all of a sudden you just see him.
It was like he grew wings. Braun Breaker's spear.
It's the best there's ever been.
That looks. I don't know how.
It's better. It's way better than Roman's. It's better than Edge's, and it's better than Goldberg's.
I know that realistically, like they're all, well, at least hopefully, they're all trying to be safe and not actually hurt each other. But Braun Breaker's spear, I don't know how people are still alive after they get a spear from him. It looks crazy.
You're not going to understand it, but if JR was still there, he would have said, "By God, he killed him."
Oh, is that one of the commentators?
One of the old commentators from back when
I think I've seen a video of him. But anyways, so that's going to be it for today. We're not always going to spend the entire episode talking about wrestling, but we did that today for our first episode because Wrestlemania was this past weekend. Wrestling's going to work its way into our episodes, but also, we'll be discussing our own lives. We'll overshare a bit because, it's just what you got to do on the internet. We'll also talk about pop culture, marriage, mental health.
I'll be doing a lot of listening when you're talking about pop culture because I don't pay attention.
I'm sure we'll work in some conspiracy theories, some history stuff, just some fun stuff. So please join us for our banter and our weirdness.
Our talking shit.
Our unfiltered husband and wife speak. Till next time.